Hello, everyone, and thank you for returning for another session of Die and Doozles with the Doozles crew plus your guest DM. That's me. We've got the lovely Heather, played by Zach, the
Hello.
ever effervescent Tiffany, played by Brianna, our cyber warrior. The consequences will never be the same. That is Marcus Jr., played by Corey.
How you doing?
And our local too angry to die Shannon, played by none other than Haley. Oh, and I guess I play Regina too. I forgot. This is the system where I get to play a character. So when we last left off, does anyone remember what was happening?
We were making our way through the Mistlands, and we happened to come across several, if not almost all, of Stephen King's creations.
That is absolutely true. That did happen.
Upon making further escape from Pennywise the Clown and his renditions of the Jack in the Boxes from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, we found a lone figure by a campfire, which turned out to be Stephen King himself, which was the weirdest part of the whole damn thing.
Indeed.
We continued on with our conversation of him trying to figure out what he knew, which is basically the same as us jacking shit. And then we made our way to the monastery where we found Havelock. And from there, we continued our search for Regina and the things that she may have done to figure out what's going on.
Absolutely. It was, at Havelock's that you got access to the terminal, and you were able to kind of figure out what caused the explosion from earlier. Afterwards, you fought your way through a horde of quite nasty monsters, which caused Shannon to spill out some of her most withheld secrets. And after that, you got a warm, inviting welcome from none other than Regina herself, which, of course, there was some conflict there. Not
yes,
all
Shannon
as well.
slapped the taste out her mouth.
I'm pretty sure that if this realm did not make you basically perfect in every way, you would have slapped the yellow off her teeth. Like, goddamn. All right, so what happened was Regina saw that you were tired, knew that you needed that long rest, right? Because that's what every party needs after a big fight, is that long rest. And to kind of get you away from the Mistlands so that you'd be a little bit more receptive to hearing what she has to say, she teleported the entire party after spending a cheat coin. Where you have arrived now is kind of this large castle, maybe like a fortress, you're not really sure, but it's made up of several small buildings interconnecting, and it's surrounded on all sides by like mountains and jungle. It looked thick down there. And that's kind of where we left off. Actually, you had agreed to go to Nidara.
Yeah, we did agree to give it a day before deciding whether to bail or not.
That's an important part. So it's pretty obvious to everybody in the party that Regina is hoping that using this day will change your mind. But she has agreed to join you and transport you all to Nidara. But that's a lot of teleporting for one day, so Regina, in all of her largesse, is going to give everybody the night to recuperate and rest before making another big jump across oceans. we'll say the scene sets. It's about 7 p.m. Um, Initial exploration of the fortress. You didn't find anybody else. This is abandoned. It's in like semi-usable condition. Like the bedroom is nice. Like the beds aren't like moldy or something. That may have also been a byproduct of Regina's fuckery. But it looks like this place hasn't been used in a while.
Ooh, ancient ruins. I can get down. I just tried to adjust glasses that I don't have on.
Your spirit glasses.
My spirit glasses.
Actually,
In all ways except physical, I am the glasses character.
I think
So-
Shannon IRL has glasses.
Yeah, probably
I
spending a
think
lot of
I
time.
wrote it on my thing, on my write-up that I did and then forgot about it immediately. I should review that so I know who I'm playing.
Do you guys want something to eat? That's as Regina. She's asking the party if they're hungry.
Yeah,
I could
that
eat.
would be great. Where are we? It's beautiful.
These are the jungles of Tulak. This is a part of the game that we never got to explore, so enjoy it. Breathe it in. This place very much reminds you of if any of your characters like kept up to date with D&D and stuff like that. This is very much like the island that has the zombie dinosaurs. It's jungly. It's got
Jolt.
yeah. It's like that. It's basically Act 3 from Diablo 2.
Hunter is actually playing a character in my campaign who is from Jolt.
oh,
So did she just say that this was part of our original game that we didn't get to explore?
Yeah. You guys never really went to this area in your previous game.
Shar just looks at her, like, kind of hard, and she's like, "Where'd you get the notes, Regina?"
What notes?
My notes.
I didn't? Yeah, she doesn't seem to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all of my world building notes.
I would have had to have asked you for those because I don't know where you keep them. And honestly, I didn't even really need them.
This place just manifests whether anyone's aware of it or not.
To the best of my knowledge, this all started existing the moment we entered. Like, holodeck rules.
well, that's disconcerting.
But you said that there were NPCs telling you that this place existed before us. So that's a mystery that we can explore at a later date.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to poke at here. Was it really here before me and I just became aware of it by some strange ability? Or does it exist because I imagined it and the world is full of NPCs that only think they've been here their whole lives?
Reggie folds her arms and leans against a wall, and she's just kind of giving you that, like that's a good question kind of look. For a moment, it looks like she's going to play coy and, oh, well, maybe I do know all the answers, but she drops that because she's afraid you're going to hit her again, and she's like, I honestly have no idea.
That's
Well-
funny. Wise decision.
Well, as we touched on before, I'm absolutely thrilled you brought us all here without, any real knowledge of how it worked or what would happen.
It was kind of like that time we tried to drive a stick shift in, like, 9th grade.
It
Oh,
is
that was so
exactly like
bad.
that time.
That was so bad.
And then what happened, Heather?
And,
Remind Reggie what happened after we tried to drive the stick shift in 9th grade.
and then the transmission fell out of the bottom of my brother's car.
Oh,
And
I
Jeremy
remember.
got his ass beat.
Yep. Worth it.
I remember that.
It's okay. He'd lost a fish stick in there and it was basically undrivable before that.
Yeah, you're right. Ugh, it smelled. Ugh. Funny story, that car is still in my parents' backyard.
Why?
Sassy. It serves as a warning to the other children.
I think they were using it for like a scarecrow for their garden now. My dad like took the trunk off and put a planter, like the lid of the trunk off and put a planter in it.
Oh, that actually sounds kind of nice.
It was real nice until my brother decided to start growing weed in there. And then,
Dang times, bro.
Do they still have all the cats?
No. No, animal control got involved and something about like hoarding or whatever, and they like so WGN came over and they tried to get my parents to be on an episode of Hoarders, but in short, they said no because it wasn't going to pay enough.
All right, so great. Perfect. This is indeed exactly like trying to drive Jeremy's brother's stick shift in the 9th grade. And I'm just wondering what's going to serve as a broken down monolith in the metaphorical backyard to serve as a warning to others.
That erupted volcano's probably a good start.
Thanks, Heather. That's a fantastic suggestion.
It is actually quite. Maybe it's just because you said that you notice it, but the mana seed is got a light thrumming. It's glowing a little bit. There's a faint green energy around it.
Huh.
Hello?
So, with the mana seed, communication doesn't travel immediately. It's not exactly like a cell phone. It's more like email or a voicemail, because you do, in your mind, hear the voice of Renaud speaking to you. And Renaud tells you, I want you to know that McGonagall and I are safe. Mylone, in all her wisdom with abjuration, was able to erect a barrier just long enough for the townspeople to make their escape. Unfortunately, the library and the rest of the town are a complete loss. But we have our lives, and that is what truly matters. I hope you are faring well on your quest. Please, do not hesitate to reach out if you need further guidance. And then kind of fades out.
I hear your cat still.
Yeah, it's Aang. EJ's outside doing garden stuff, and the cat has unbearable separation anxiety, so he just wants to be outside, even though he's been outside today already. But he's not an outside allowed cat without supervision.
Gandalf's like that. Like, he's always trying to get out of the house, but every time he gets out, he'll go up the steps, stoop real low, chew on some grass, and be like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have come out here.
Yeah.
But, like, he still makes us chase him to get him back in the house.
Yep.
It's funny. I kick my cats out every morning, and they take themselves to the beach and, like, vibe all day and come back when they want to.
That's what Anthony does.
But anyway, Heather, do you relay the message?
Yeah, absolutely. They're okay.
Oh. Well,
Who's okay? Everyone? Or, like...
Renaud and McGonagall are okay.
That's it?
I couldn't exactly ask how the rest of the town is.
No, you heard in the message, he said that the townspeople had time to escape because Mylone put up a barrier.
Oh, yeah, Mylone put up a barrier and the townsfolk escaped. So their lives are destroyed, but they're alive.
oh, at least something went right.
Regina's like, shit, you met Mylone? That must have been weird.
Oh, it was so fantastic. She was everything I thought she would ever be.
We met Havelock, too.
We did. He mellowed out a lot.
I can't wait for you to meet Carnali.
Where is she?
Back in Nidara, kind of keeping tabs on things for me.
Is that why you suggested Nadara?
Well, no, Nadara is kind of like home base for me right now, so it's kind of easier to work from there. Ooh,
Well, let's
awkward
go.
silence.
Sorry, I was just picturing Carnali.
Carnali looks. Regina was like very thorough with her depiction of Carnali when you were playing this game. She is. She's a buffer character, like she's a bigger woman, not like a total brick shithouse, but definitely like on the strong side. Not to the point where it's like death by snoo snoo, but like approaching that level. Carnali is kind of just chick Conan the Barbarian. She's got like shaved sides of her head with a big braid going down the back. Lots of scars, chainmail bikini, and a weird weapon. The whole 9 yards.
I have found a picture.
Oh no.
Odd. Oh Lord, it coming.
Yeah, comment.
I'm
Is it in
gonna.
the Discord or in the chat?
It's
think.
about to be in the Facebook chat.
Oh Lord.
I had a billion tabs open.
Yeah, very much like Red Sonja. Like
Hey,
that was kind of her main inspiration for Carnali.
that's fucking dope. That's classic barbarian. That is.
Word.
I mean, Char would be into that though, so the statement stands. She was just like, "Oh, sorry, I was just picturing Carnali."
Gave it in your pants there, lady.
I hope your awkward fan art or awkward OC character art did its service.
Nah. So we'll be putting that description into the link. We'll put that link in the description below the YouTube video when it publishes.
Regina kind of makes her way out to the balcony overlooking just like a straight up like 50-foot drop to the terrace below, and she sits on the stone banister kind of deal, guardrail, whatever you want to call it. And she's like, "So, anyone want what? What are we looking for? Greens, meat? Who's hungry?"
All of the above.
Yes, please.
I would like a sampling of one of everything, please.
All right, cool. So I will do the easy part when I get back. Snap my fingers, bring up like the cheeses, charcuterie board, all that good stuff. But now I'm going to show you why I'm so in love with this place. This is the fun part. And she straight up falls over the banister.
And then I like grab the banister and I look over.
Well, easy part's over. Time to go home.
It's that very overused trope of like character falls down a thing and then ascends, kind of in the same shot. And she's using like her fire powers to kind of like Iron Man herself away, like around the air.
Jamie.
She's like, "Oh, that's so cool! I want to do that."
Tiffy, I don't think you can do that.
I don't think I can either.
Yeah, it depends. You could always ask a Johnny.
That's true. I could do that. I kind of owe him a favor already. Oh wait, no, he burned down that forest, so I think we're square. Maybe.
You know you're never square.
I mean, we're square.
Regina goes after like a fat pterodactyl looking thing, and just kind of beats the shit out of it midair before like charring it and like dropping it onto the terrace where everybody is standing. She makes a big show of it, like does the whole superhero landing on one knee.
Oh, that's so cool.
You're
Stands
so
up with
extra.
a yeah.
But where's the line?
She literally just says yeah and makes finger guns. Regina is not known for her quips.
Reggie, you totally missed Looks Like Meat's back on the menu.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, go do it again. Gotta
No.
do over. Do over.
Oh my god.
That
And
is
she
pretty
snaps her
dope.
fingers. A cheat coin kind of like falls out of her hand, rolls to the ground, and then like rusts apart. And then you get the whole Harry Potter Great Hall house elves. Just like food just shows up. You know, it's your if you believe in it, the food is there kind of hook sort of deal.
Aw.
This
I love
isn't
that
gonna
movie.
be like when we played the Strahd module, is it? This food isn't gonna Ravenloft us, is it?
No.
No, Reggie would never do that.
Let's stop. Let's just take everything off of the list of things Reggie wouldn't do. Okay?
Hey,
Given the circumstances.
It's not the worst thing that could have happened.
Because I would not have ever in a billion years put Trappus in a cursed board game anywhere on that list. And yet here we are.
Well, that's because we didn't know it was real.
she turns to Tiffany and she's like, "You said you wanted to fly, right?"
Yeah?
So she snaps her fingers again, and a second, or rather, this is her third coin of the day because she also teleported you today, and she speaks the following words. It sounds more like a line of code than a spell, but it roughly translates to, you know, if Godbinder equals true, then set gravity to 0. And all of a sudden you find yourself detached from the ground, feeling your weight and the weight of your armor lifted off of you, and you're able to just kind of whoosh around like you're in spectator mode in a video game.
Oh, this is so cool. How do I just think it? Do I have to do anything? Do I have to put my hands out? How does it work?
You just kind of feel it out.
Okay. She kind of like wobbles and oh, my chimichangas are done. She kind of like wobbles for a second before she like stabilizes, and she does some like test circles. She's like, "This is so cool."
See, not everything here is terrible.
The cat is still going.
The cat is like, "You will hear me."
Yeah, he's like that. He's a sweet cat. He's just very needy.
He's vocal.
He's vocal. His demands will be met. But we do not negotiate with terrorists, so his ass is getting ignored.
That's appropriate diplomacy.
That's fair.
Yeah, Regina sits down and she, you know, tucks into a whole ass turkey.
So Tiffy comes back down and like she starts to like grab like little plates of this, snatches of this and that, and like weird stuff, normal stuff, cheese, like fruit, just like a little bit of everything.
Are you
She's,
just like
trying-
floating above the table?
She's kind of trying to like. She wants to stay flying, but she's also trying to like eat and be chill and not just like, you know, spaz the fuck out.
So once you like acquire the food and it becomes a part of your inventory, like spiritually speaking, it kind of also obtains that 0 gravity effect. So it's like floating like a half inch off the platter, but it's not like flying away.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. She like kicks back and she like starts throwing grapes into her mouth. She's like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome."
Yeah, actually, it's around this time you realize you don't have any like lower back pain or any like arthritic pains. None of you has felt like you had a sore throat or just were having a shitty day other than, you know, being attacked by horrible monsters. But like at least it's starting to become apparent to you how nice it is to feel the absence of the aches of your mortal bodies.
Huh. So are we also like forever young and immortal?
Or
I
like
don't.
Or are we
slow
gonna get
aging
old
Narnia
and die?
style.
So you're asking, is it like Narnia rules, or I don't know. Honestly, that part I'm not too sure on. I think you can get older here, because like my hair's grown out a little bit. You know, nails had to trim them.
Huh.
Look, there's got to be a cost for all this.
You're still trying to figure that out.
Well, Tippy's like a magic sugar baby, so I figured someone's gonna come for our assholes. You keep rolling coins around and making people fly and appearing food. Nothing good is ever free.
It's not free, but I'm the one who's paying for it.
Yeah, well, what are you paying?
I get so you know how wizards get a certain amount of spells per day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Think about it like if a wizard, but also at like a Dave and Buster's, and that's kind of how my class works. I get a certain amount of like play points per day that I can spend on whatever I want, and the less of them I have, the less powerful my magic is.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure that I can just use the Black Speech of Mordor whenever I want, though.
From what I remember looking at your character sheets, yeah, I think that's true.
Well,
I think my powers work when I'm pissed.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you're
you're a
right.
rage knight. You're like guts from Berserk.
That sounds healthy.
You're just an angry Marine.
I mean, it could be very cathartic, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it isn't. I fucking love fighting shit.
You are.
I kicked a spider in the face. Like a big spider, not like a normal spider. That wouldn't be really cool at all. But,
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It was pretty badass, actually.
See, that's what I'm fucking talking about. You're the juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, it's just it's gonna come back around.
No, it's not.
Marcus doesn't have any coins left, does he?
Shit. Actually, I think you have 2 left, because it's technically the same day that
Okay.
you left like the monastery.
All right.
Wait, yeah, because you went searching for a couple coins in the tree
Yeah,
before
I
the
found
fight.
one in the tree.
And didn't you get one out of the gross undead thing?
Yes, you
Yep.
did.
So Marcus he takes one of his pieces of fair gold and starts flicking it, like literally looking like he's Two-Face. Just flicking it, looking at the result, flicking it, looking at the result. So, because of this single solitary coin, I am now addicted to it. I have to have it. You think this is a good way to live?
Well, I mean, you can still live a normal life, but like if you want superpowers, go out and find your shiz.
What if I had to go find a coin and it was somehow in a child's brain that they didn't know about?
I don't
It
think
was just
that
there
can
from birth.
happen.
I don't know, finding one in something completely undead and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure anything can happen with these coins.
Well, I mean,
where did that
know-
tiger get those 40 gold pieces?
yeah, basically, it probably ate something.
I do not want to have to
It's like video games.
kill a child to get a coin.
Ain't nobody here gonna make you kill no babies.
Yeah,
Do you think anyone here can stop me?
I mean, shit.
I
If you
mean,
really
you
want to,
can
go ahead.
stop
You're sending me
you.
mixed messages, though.
That seems like a you problem.
No, I feel what Marcus is trying to say. What if we get caught up in this? Caught up in what we are, and we forget where the line should be.
Well, maybe we could make some rules of our own. Homebrew some shit.
I mean, who's gonna hold us to them?
I could.
Could you? Because my powers are based on anger, and I'm not gonna hold myself to anything. Like, I mean, maybe I can't if I get pissed enough.
Well,
That well is deep.
Maybe they have like fantasy therapists that you can see.
Oh, you think there's fantasy therapists, Tiffy?
Sure, why not?
Can I ask you, this is just real deep, honest friend to friend curiosity. Have you ever in your adult life encountered a real therapist? How
Like seen one, been
yeah,
to
like did you ever leave your house and go talk to somebody about your problems? Is that a thing you ever did, Tiffy?
I don't like the direction this conversation is going, and it's very pointed and hurtful.
Interesting.
Regina takes a bite out of an apple. This sure is a good apple.
I like rice.
I have been to a therapist's office, Shannon. I am an adult.
Like the lobby or
Oh, this is too hot to eat. Oh no. I'm just gonna bite it. Sad.
I realize that I did just recently admit that killing shit is super awesome and I'm having a great time, but you know, it's for that reason that I'm a little concerned as to where this road leads.
Well, I mean, have you killed anyone innocent yet?
I threatened a town.
You threatened a town.
Like a small town.
It was fort guards. It's your classic D&D like open the door. I'm gonna do something I'm not actually gonna do. That sort of thing.
But
Not,
No.
no,
From,
I would have burned the town, Tiffy. I wasn't convinced anything was
Why?
real. Because it wasn't real.
But we got the it's real spiel like before that.
Well, I didn't believe it.
I have been banished to the bedroom because I'm being too loud. I'll be right back.
That happens all the time.
Regina looks like between the four of you, and she kind of locks her gaze on Shannon. I will discuss this with you later. I will put your fears to rest. For now, I want you all to just relax. You've earned it.
Okay. And you're right. We have earned it after Stephen King land.
Was it cool meeting Stephen King?
You know, not really. And everything was so fucked up that I didn't even ask him about the whole angry nipples thing.
Ah, damn it! I knew we forgot something.
Yeah, no, he's written like more than one time. It's come up in at least 2 of his short stories that like some woman's nipples hardened in anger, and well, that's a thing they do not do. So I
mean, you would know. You're the Rage Knight.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta be honest. I can't really tell in all this armor, but it's never been a problem in the past.
On that note, Marcus is just going to get up and leave.
Wait, no, Marcus, I want to hear about your nipples too. Come
Yeah,
on.
I swear to whatever gods that are in this place, I will shoot every last one of you if you don't leave me the fuck alone.
Well,
Get
Tiffy's
it?
a godbinder, and she got up and left, so the gods can't hear you.
Still walking out of the room.
Whatever. So, yeah, apparently nipples can harden in both fear and
My
anger.
head does now.
You know, Shannon, just thinking outside of the box here a little bit. What's the likelihood that Stephen King has ever actually spoken to a real woman?
He's married.
That doesn't mean
That doesn't
anything.
mean anything. Let's be real.
I'm pretty sure the man has children.
I'm still not convinced.
His wife is her name is Tabitha, so I don't know.
You see?
No, he's gotta have kids. I'm pretty sure he has kids.
You mean other than the monster babies that live in his brain?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the man had
people can have kids. That doesn't make them reasonable people.
But look, all I'm saying is it wasn't the greatest experience. I've had one burning question I wanted to ask Stephen King my whole little life. You know, why or where did he get the impression that nipples harden in either fear or anger? And then we experienced so much fear and anger that I completely forgot about nipples altogether, therefore proving my point.
We could probably ask him
Terrible
later.
narration. Yeah, no, we're not going back to ask him about nipples. There was hentai monsters there. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I have to say, my priority. No, I don't like horror movies.
I'm gonna level with you guys. That place was pretty on fire when you left.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hope it burned to the fucking ground. Thank you, Ajani.
You know, that's probably, if there's like a time dilation thing going on, that's probably where Carrie came from. Just putting that one out there.
Huh.
He does always have unexplained psychic children in his work.
Kids are just like that sometimes. That's real. Realer than like angry nipples for sure.
Spontaneously powered children. So it's like Warhammer 40k. Got it.
Hmm?
This is still too hot to eat, but I'm eating it.
Yes, Stephen King land was fucked up, and I am not a better person for having been there.
I mean, if you give me time, I can create encounters for you.
Why don't we go to Nadara, where you said pillow slaves were waiting to suck us off?
I mean, we're definitely going to do that. But, I mean, do you want to do that right now? Or
I'm kind of morally opposed to slavery.
I feel like maybe a little rest is in order before we charge ahead into gothic cyberpunk elfland.
I thought we had a rest. I thought we just had a rest.
Or is
No,
this
this is
the
where
rest?
we're resting
This
for the
is
night.
the rest.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
I think.
Like,
We are
fine.
resting here for the night, right?
yes.
Okay.
We'll rest here. We'll make a decision in the morning, I guess, about where we're going to go next. I'm just saying, if I've got to be here, then I've come here to fight and fuck. Not necessarily in that order.
That's fair.
Let me see something here real quick. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I've got to look up a thing.
Tiffany finds some sci-fi equivalent of a chimichanga.
Sci-fi equivalent, you said?
Something like that, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's just a chimichanga.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they got.
I don't think chimichangas at any point become lost technology.
I feel like chimichangas are science fiction food. They're from the future.
So, like, the food on the table, definitely you're going to see, like, your fantasy staples, like the leg of lamb and shit like that. But there's also, like, earth junk food on there. Like, you notice that there's, like, a goblet overflowing with, like, tropical flavored gushers.
Dope.
It is hilarious.
Yo,
Regina
check-
kind of just summoned whatever she thought would tasty. Sorry, go ahead.
Sweet baconators from Wendy's.
Those are so good. That's why I couldn't be a vegetarian when I tried it for like 3 weeks.
You know, I don't even blame you for that one, Tiffy. I don't even blame you for that one.
Bacon's so good.
It's the candy of meat.
And then you have candied bacon.
Which is like the candied candy of meat.
Ah, this chimichanga is too hot.
Glad to know even in medieval fantasy dreamland, the chimichanga is still too hot in the middle to eat.
But you eat it anyway.
Char is like delicately cutting some very good looking meat into like little pieces with her prim knife and fork.
Flying is so cool. I could get used to this. This is so awesome.
Yeah, this is actually pretty badass, not gonna lie.
Is this like forever? Can I just do this permanently?
I mean, yeah, I can keep that going if you want. It's just gonna tie down one of my spells per day.
I mean, how long does it normally last? 1 day?
Yeah, I guess until it's canceled.
1 day should be okay, I think.
I mean, you can turn it off whenever you want. You just can't turn it back on whenever you want.
No, that's okay. I think I'm gonna keep it on.
Looks interesting.
Ah! As I eat like a fucking caveman on stream.
Nom nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Tabletop mukbang edition.
Hmm.
I kind of look over at the forest and I kind of just like stare off over the scenery and like the wheels in my little head are turning.
Tiffy,
Yeah?
I can see you thinking.
No, you can't. My brain's inside my head.
Of course, that's why we can't see you thinking.
You're not gonna do nothing crazy, are you, Tiffy?
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
Man, this one does not have filling on this end.
It's just tortilla.
Yeah, this was just tortilla until I got to the middle.
That's
It was like
also
3 inches of just tortilla.
that's also chimichangas. They never come out even.
Yeah.
So what's the Marcus thinking about right now?
Marcus is actually just walking around thinking, checking his scouter for ley lines.
There actually is one kind of buried underground here, kind of like a power cable. It actually passes under this this fortress. Your AI is also giving you a readout on like local flora and fauna, so it's kind of like you have a codex, sort of like Mass Effect or something.
Just gonna take in what I'm reading while making my way towards the most direct route towards that ley line.
Yeah, sure. It takes you about 45 minutes to get down there, but that's just because you're not really all that familiar with the area.
Hmm.
You figure you could probably get back in about 20 minutes now that you know where you're going. But once you reach the bottom, when you're at like the jungle floor, like it's buried like under the ground. Like Leyline is part of the mystical, like it's like the veins of the earth.
I just need to be as close to it as possible.
You are as close to it as possible without going caving.
Gonna attempt to jack into the ley line.
Make me an intelligence check. This is gonna be a difficulty 4. And I'm going to say because you don't have a terminal, there's a disadvantage. So I'll be rolling a d6. If it succeeds, it reduces your successes by 1.
All right. Well, I don't succeed anyway.
Well,
Close.
it was still a really good roll. But yeah, it's very difficult to do like a remote interface. It's like trying to connect with Wi-Fi through just solid ground.
Mm,
If you had a terminal, you could probably do it way easier.
and I'm guessing there's nothing nearby that can act as one.
That you're not sure of. Your AI doesn't have a fully mapped out layout of the surrounding area. You'd have to go searching for it, basically.
More than likely what it's going to be doing.
Sorry, what'd you say?
So I want
That's pretty much.
All right, go ahead.
He's going to be looking for something to use as a terminal.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And Bree, what'd you say?
So I want to look over the edge. Can I see Marcus all the way down there?
Yeah, he stands out.
Okay.
He's got glowing bits on his armor. It's pretty cool.
I want to fall off of the railing.
All right, you fall off that railing.
And I scream the whole way down. And then I stop myself before I hit the ground. That was so cool. Also, what are you doing?
First of all, why did you jump down?
Because I can fly. That's so cool.
You
It's like
can't.
skydiving without a parachute.
You can't fly, Tiffy.
Yeah, I can. I just did it.
You kind of floated down. That's not really flying.
I mean, I could fly back up, but like
Never mind.
semantics.
Never mind. I'm gonna get more information. That's all I'm doing. Just go back with everybody else.
About the ruin?
About everything.
Okay. Are you sure it's safe to do that?
Nope. But what other choice do I have?
I mean, you've got one of your little like Bitcoin thingies. You can be stealthy, right?
I could just do that anyway.
Oh, all right, man.
I
You
mean,
are being this fun. My bad. Just checking up on your shit.
Look, I appreciate it, but there's a lot more than Regina's telling us, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay. I'm gonna go back up. And then like try to do the Superman and then like wobble a little bit. And then just like be giddy about it anyway. Totally ruin my cool factor. That was so cool.
You definitely do that. Let's see. Marcus, go ahead and roll a intelligence check.
All right.
That's a good one.
That's really good. You think for a moment about where a terminal might be, and honestly, it's probably located somewhere in this structure. But if they wanted a more firm connection to the ley line, they would have to put it on ground level. So you're definitely looking at the right place. If you follow the ley line towards the fortress, and you find like a ground level cave, or maybe just there's a way in that they carved out, that's probably going to be what you want.
Well, time to keep searching.
All right. Make me a wisdom check as well.
Yes, I know I should have pulled that up. Hold on. Wisdom is that's that good. All right.
Oof, nice. So, it's about this time that you notice a rather sneaky panther looming in the shadows. It seems to be watching you.
So I notice it, and it notices me.
Well, it has been following you, is what you're able to deduce. But now you know where it is and that it's there. It's hunting you.
Awesome. Just gonna keep on moving. Just gonna not do anything hostile yet. Just gonna wait.
Just gonna head out for that terminal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. I mean, it definitely follows in your wake for a while, but it doesn't like jump out and attack you or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Back up on the terrace. Once everybody's like had some time to digest, Regina goes over to Shannon and she's like, "Here, follow me for a minute."
Shannon goes.
And she leads you like right here, just like out of earshot of the group, but like not too far. And she looks at you and she's like, "Are you ready for me to prove that I can make things better for you here?"
A bit. Yeah, but I mean, this is about us staying or going permanently. There's a
She pushes you.
like off the railing.
No, she just pushes you. She's like,
Okay.
"Fuck you, Shannon," and she like gesticulates with that, like she points a finger at your chest.
Excuse me?
"Fuck you, Shannon. You're a bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
You're fucking stupid, and everyone in this group hates you. What are you gonna do about it?" Like she's in your face, like that "cash me outside" kind of deal.
Shannon just kind of sighs and is like, they can hate me and think I'm stupid if they want to. I'm head and shoulders over their caliber.
She like puts a hand up to her forehead and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're actually making this difficult. Get pissed."
It's not like a switch, you know, when your anger is like rational, it has to come from somewhere.
I
Otherwise.
ratted out your brother.
What? You what?
She flicks another cheat coin. Shannon is a... Hold on, let me get back to that. Ecstasy night in this place for 4 hours. She had to get real specific with that one. But yeah, her coin disappears. And suddenly all the anger that you were feeling swelling up inside of you just turns to pure joy.
Oh no.
Does it change the feeling I had about my brother, or do I just like forget about it?
It kind of converts it. So like the anger that you were feeling about your brother, now you're just happy you know it was like a ruse to get you to another place. Like it's not like that memory is gone. Like you still know what she said, but because you know why she said it, you being an emotion knight, it's amplified that much more. So it kind of overtakes the rage because the rage right now is not what you're programmed for.
Okay. So I don't believe that what she said was like an actual confession.
Right.
Okay.
And logically, you would also be able to deduce that, like, after you calm down, because, like, your brother went to jail, like, in a time when Regina wasn't even really a part of your life. She just knew that would piss you off.
No, he went to jail when they were older.
Like, after everybody kind of got jobs and moved on?
No, like when they were teenagers.
Oh, okay.
Like when Shannon was a teenager. He was an adult.
So maybe there is some confusion there. Like maybe she did do it. But right now, it seems like manipulating you, as shitty as that is, was her goal. Because she kind of like flipped the switch. Like she wanted you to feel good. She just had to get you riled up first.
Shannon's gonna like choose to believe that it was just deception because she doesn't want to believe that Regina ratted her brother out. So she just kind of sighs and lets it go, and it like changes her whole face, like this anger that's always in her, even when it's not expressive, is just gone suddenly.
Where are you at on your emotional scale?
I think I was at annoyed for like leftover from the last fight.
So kind of just like level 1.
Yeah.
Well, then what you're feeling now is serenity. So yeah, it's just kind of, I guess the way I could describe the way your character is feeling right now would be very close to like a low, mellow high. Like you feel good.
Like I usually need drugs to get to this state.
Drugs, a good bath with like a glass of wine and maybe like a podcast. Just like you're in your happy place right now and you don't feel like you're in danger.
Yeah, her shoulders kind of slacken. Okay.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
You made your point.
I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of things we can do here. We can have so much fun with our abilities. And I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from. I'm not going to discount what you said earlier. There does have to be some accountability for us if we're going to have these powers. Like we can't just run an evil campaign, right? And like just kill innocent people. Because what if this place is real? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're not NPCs. Maybe they were here like before we got here. What you said earlier about the townspeople telling you that they were there, I don't really know what happened there, but that's not what I understood to be the case. But I'm not discounting your experience.
It just feels like a trap.
I mean, in a way, it kind of was.
Nothing's just good like this. Nothing good like this lasts. It comes back around, or it asks for something.
She folds her arms and it looks like she like doesn't want to tell you something.
What?
What?
That your brows are all pinched together.
Your brows are too far apart. She clearly doesn't mean it like an insult. She's like deflecting.
Regina, my brows are perfect.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
Yeah, you do. You do know. So
good
what?
Talk.
No. She catches her belt as she starts like leaving. She's like, no. Tell me.
All right, so I was in a pretty dark place when I don't know if he's a guy. I don't even know if like he's a human, but like I got an email and I thought it was spam, right? Like forward this to 10 people or Bloody Mary's going to kill you. But it had like personal information about me, like specifically. So at first I thought, oh shit, somebody stole my identity. I'm being extorted. But they weren't asking me for anything. They were just offering me stuff. And eventually this guy starts talking to me about this thing, right? Like this game. And he says that if I can convince some other people to join me and we stay, then like all of our wildest dreams come true.
Regina, that's just human trafficking.
I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds bad. But he hasn't asked me for anything else. It was just to bring you here.
Look, have you asked yourself what happens after we decide to stay here and there's no takesy-backsies, then what happens? Can he alter the deal from that point? Can he make more demands? Because once we can't leave here, we don't have the power. Someone else does.
I mean, yeah, he's the district manager, but like I'm the general manager. I have power here.
What good is that going to do you when the rules get rewritten?
So Regina kind of like gets a little bit closer than maybe someone normally would, but like it's not like a ooh, I'm coming on to you closer. It's just like very confident body language. She looks at you like dead in the eye and she's like, I can change the rules too.
Can you, or do you just not care what gets asked of you here? Because this is the closest thing to success you've ever known.
She recoils a little bit, but that statement doesn't seem to hurt her as much as it could have. It seems like that's something that like she's already accepted.
It's fine if it is. If flying and making food appear out of nowhere and traveling distant lands, and I mean, if all of that is worth selling your soul, I understand. Holy shit. You shouldn't do it.
What are you talking about?
You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't sell your soul. It's just material things.
I didn't even know I had a soul until this fucking guy shows up with actual real life magic. Not David Blaine making the Statue of Liberty disappear like fucking fireballs from my hands.
Look, we all have things that we wish were true of our lives that never were. But a power trip isn't worth what you're willing to give up.
How would you know that?
Because I already made that bargain. And I didn't have to come here to do it. To just think about that.
She stops talking when you say that. And she just kind of like leans against the railing. Fine, I'll think about it. As long as you think about what staying here could offer you.
What does staying here offer me?
Freedom. A greater purpose. Joy like you've never known.
A redo?
Hell yeah, a
What
redo.
do you mean a redo?
A redo, like, is barely even scratching the like surface of it. Like, who hasn't had that fantasy? Like, what if I could go start my life over, except with all the things I know now? This is what if I could start my life over, but I'm goddamn like Captain Planet and I
But
can
I'm already
control.
perfect? What if I could start over, but I'm already perfect?
I mean, yeah, kind of. And yeah, the rest of the group would be at this point. There's been some raised voices. It doesn't sound like angry, but they are definitely like hotly debating. We're gonna go ahead and pause that scene. Marcus, you are at the entrance to a natural cave formation, and your AI is reading that there definitely is an energy source inside.
Is that panther still trailing behind me?
Oh, it sure as shit is.
starting to think to myself, should I do this now or wait until I'm in the cave? Well, I really don't want to damage the terminal. So I'm just going to turn around and face where the direction of the panther is on my scouter.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's an actual animal or some other little random fucky thing of this world, but I'm just going to stand there with my arms crossed and just wait and see what it does first.
So it does pat its way towards you, and it makes that low kind of growl that angry cats make. You know the sound, the one that where it's like,
Yep.
oh, Long Johnson, oh, Don Piano. But it circles you, but it doesn't like keep circling you. It gets between you and the inside of the cave, and it stays facing you.
Oh. Great. Can't believe I'm actually fucking doing this. Look, if you can move, I don't have to kill you. I don't want to kill you. So just get out of my way and let me do what I need to do.
It just like roars at you, basically.
All right, cowabunga it is then.
Cowabunga it is then.
Oh man.
Drawing the sword.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll me initiative. Ooh, you definitely go first. All right.
Just still reluctant about this because it's probably not doing this of its own actual will, or I really don't know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and attack at it.
All right. With this session, I'm going to introduce a couple rules that you guys haven't been using yet. In this one, we're going to use distance, which is very, very easy. We don't have to have like a grid or anything. There's just kind of like 4 distances.
Okay.
If you're really far away, it's going to take you a entire turn to move to like a medium space from your opponent. If you're at a medium distance, you can move close enough to attack the next round. If you're at close distance, you can move and attack in the same round. And if you're in melee distance, you're like by each other, so you can just attack right away.
All right.
I'm going to say right now you're close.
Close. All right, so I can move and then attack.
Yes.
All right, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. I am going to move forward, but more to the right. And when I'm close enough, I'm going to slash at it.
All right.
46. 1 success.
1 success, unfortunately, is not going to get it. The panther is able to contort its body out of the way. Okay. And it's going to lunge at you and try to bite at your arm.
All right.
Ooh, that is a critical fail. Oh, man. How does a panther critical fail?
Dice.
I'm going to say that as it's like trying to get in and bite you, like its claws like skitter on the ground, and it just kind of trips.
It doesn't have stable footing yet.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an advantage on your next attack.
Oh,
it's like when Sabor got his paw stuck in the wood in the beginning of Tarzan.
Yes, something like that. And now me and the panther are in melee range ish.
Oh yeah, you are in melee range.
All right, and the advantage is what? An additional D6.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh god, 5d6 on a roll.
That definitely gets it.
4 successes.
Yep. You are able to damage it for sure. It doesn't look like it could withstand another attack like that. at all. But it gets up, and instead of trying to attack you again, it sort of limps its way further into the cave. We're gonna say that puts it at medium distance.
Damn it. Just gonna make my way into the cave.
So, do you follow the panther, or do you try to like go down a different path?
Follow the panther into the cave
All right.
because
So
it's going into the exact same cave I was heading into. Correct?
yes,
Okay.
it like yells at you a couple times, but it doesn't look like it's really in shape to continue fighting. Once you reach like a dead end, you can see that there's like several small like panther cub kittens, which she positions herself between you and them. And unfortunately, the terminal is like in the center of this area, and there's actually like a little bit of light poking through the roof of the cavern here, and you can see like it's what's the best way to describe this? It is, you have to put your face in it. It's like a puddle of water.
Awesome. Upon seeing the cubs and the mother panther, I'm putting my weapon away,
Okay.
and I am going to slowly advance in a non-threatening way.
All right. Make me a wisdom check.
Okay.
All right.
One
So I mean,
success.
one success is enough to pull off I'm not trying to kill you, especially with having your weapon away. So yeah, like you're able to get around them. She doesn't stop like howling at you, but
Hmm.
as long as you don't come like within attack range, it seems like she's not going to engage you.
I'm just going to ignore her, the kittens, and just kind of go to the terminal.
All right, yeah,
If
you
I get
get there
attacked, I
without
get
any
attacked.
difficulty. No, you don't get attacked. You're able to get up to it. She
All right.
scruffs one of the kittens and starts to like take them out of the cavern.
And I'm going to. You said it's a puddle.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a raised stone pool. It's about the size of like a bucket of popcorn in diameter, so it's like just
So,
big enough for you to fit your head into.
so it's kind of like a scrying pool,
Yeah,
something like
kind of.
that. Okay. I'm just gonna take some time and examine it with my scouter first. So if you want to move on to the rest of the group,
Absolutely.
before I actually figure out what I'm doing.
Heather and Tiffy, you're having a conversation. How's that going?
We are kind of stood there and observed what went down between Reggie and Shannon just a little bit.
You were trying to drop some beads.
I was about to tell Heather something that Shannon would not want me to tell anybody. It's not like a big, dark, scary secret. It's more like a ha ha ha.
Yeah, Heather just kind of leans in conspiratorially.
Okay, so she leans in and she like puts her little like her arms like chink when she puts them on the table because they're covered in metal, and she like looks over to make sure like Shannon isn't looking at them because she knows that if Shannon sees her face, she's gonna know she's up to something. She says, "So one time," and she's speaking in like a low voice. Shannon and I got together for like a night out just to like get back together and connect and hang out because Shannon's my best friend. She's great people. So we got a little drunk on some rosé and we went back to her place and she put on some YouTube onto her smart TV. And one of Reggie's videos was on there, and she kind of started rambling about how good she was looking these days, and seemed kind of, doing the Shannon thing, doing the muttering.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You cannot tell her I told you that. I swear to God, she'll kill me.
I wouldn't. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. I can keep a secret. Iffy.
Oh, good, because I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know.
I feel like this is a good place for the narrator to be like, neither of them could keep a secret.
Except
Yeah.
for that one secret.
You get that Morgan Freeman voiceover. And really, none of them could keep a secret to save their lives.
Except for that one secret.
Zach does a good David Attenborough voice.
Oh my God, I love David.
And in
Attenborough.
truth,
oh my God,
none of them at all, could ever keep a secret.
that's too good. So like, I'm thinking that's what all that weird tension is.
You know, it's really unfortunate that people can't relieve their tension in the natural way. I don't understand why people can't do that.
Yeah, I know. It's just like,
Huh. People are weird.
people are weird. It's just like, is it like a pride thing, or like, because we've never had a problem with that.
No, we've never had a problem with that.
Oh, I don't think we ever told them, did we?
I don't think they know, like, at all.
No, me neither.
Huh.
Oh shit, did we actually keep a secret?
I'll be damned. Did we?
Like by accident.
Huh.
Oh, Rainy's mic cut out.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there you are.
Back.
Okay, so while Heather and Tiffany are talking, have like Shannon and Regina come to, at least for the time being, like an understanding, like I'll look at it your way if you look at it my way.
Yeah, Shannon did say like, okay, I will consider it, but you can't lose track. Like, you have to keep one toe on the ground.
Yeah, okay.
Shake on it.
Yeah, all right. She holds out her hand.
They shake, but then Shannon like pulls her towards her and is like, because you're a slimy bitch, you're also going to pinky promise.
You can't break that pinky promise.
Pinky
That's
promises are sacred.
It's true.
And she
Sure.
cuts her gauntlet off.
I mean, yeah, all right, whatever makes you happy. She just, like, with her eyes closed, just loops her pinky around yours and shakes it left and right.
Are you a left and right pinky promiser, or are you a thumb toucher?
I think I'm a left and right.
Yeah, because there's like a regional difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, my mom and I do the thumb.
Yeah, people touch thumbs. That's how you pinky promise.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely, like, once we loop, like, this is, like, 2 giraffes beating each other with their necks.
I think Hunter and I just do like the loop, and we're like, yeah, up and down.
Jan says, all right, let's have some fun.
And a night of fun is had. So I'm going to say we'll fade to black for, like, Heather, Tiffy, and Shannon and Regina for the night. Marcus, your AI readout gives you just, it's all you got to do is stick your head in it, really. There are like microbiological, like nanotechnological machines in the pool of water, so like it's going to interface with you as soon as you stick your head in.
Well, Sticking my head in.
Yep, exactly what the AI said happens. Weirdly, you're able to breathe. There's like, it's kind of like heavy water, where like you can breathe in it. But after a little while, you feel like a tingling sensation in your scalp, and then boom, you're connected to the network.
Awesome. I'm just gonna get a better understanding of the area through the ley line.
Yeah, so you kind of like Metroid style, like download a map of the nearby area, and it gives you like tens of hundreds of miles of information. So like if you want more specific information, you'll have to narrow it down because it's kind of overwhelming how much info you're getting.
I want a more general information on the keep and the ley line and situation under the ley line.
All right, so the keep information you're able to get is pretty much what like the DM's guide would tell the person running the module. It was, built 300 years ago by a civilization that worshipped the sun god. But unfortunately, after a great cataclysm, their civilization crumbled and all they left behind were ruins. As for the ley line, it's each ley line kind of has like a different flavor. So like the ley line that Regina pulled from around Clydesdale was like a fire ley line. This one is more of like a natural growth ley line. Like this is earth, agriculture, plants. It's green mana basically.
And it doesn't look like it's been tampered like the one that Clydesdale has.
No, it has not been, not yet.
I'm going to search for anything that may be out of place within the temple itself.
All right, make me an intelligence check with a double advantage because you're logged in.
Oh dear sweet Christ. All right, so that's...
You got plot hooks for days.
Holy
I
shit.
mean, at this point, you're basically cheating. Like, you know how to activate like a lever to get into like a secret chamber. You know exactly how many monsters are in there, what kind of HP they have, what kind of loot they drop. But all this information is just, it's standard, right? Like it's basic game shit. Right now, it doesn't look like what you're looking for exists in this area.
Well, looks like I'm going to be here for a while. I am going to expand my search to the Dara as best as I possibly can.
All right, that does take a little bit of time. I'm going to say probably close to 15 minutes because think about zooming in on Google Maps and then like clicking and dragging your way from like Spain over to Italy. Like it takes some time.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But you get there.
Just pretty much the same thing, getting basic layouts, checking on where that ley line is near that gate.
So it's definitely really fucking weird. The ley line is like all the other ley lines. It's like a vein in the earth that carries like the lifeblood of the planet. And this ley line has been forcibly redirected to Nidara. And it just like it gets to a certain point and there's a terminus. Like ley lines are supposed to interconnect and be like a weave. This one has like a stopping point and it's at Nidara, and that's not normal. Which means the energy from the ley line is going to Nidara, but it's not replenishing itself.
And there's nowhere else around that it can be going to? or is it just going straight into the portal and not going anywhere else?
Let me see if I can find a good outward picture for it. No, I don't think I have one. Nidara is a immense crashed spaceship. It is not a natural city. It is not, Lothlorien. It is straight up a crashed spaceship with a city inside of it. And the ley line comes up out of the earth, goes into the ship, and then it just disappears into that portals, magic power generator. Because now you're also plugged into Nidara, so your traffic actually sets off a firewall. Make a intelligence check, and we're gonna say +1 difficulty for the distance.
All right, so I'm rolling 3d6 at this point.
No, you're still rolling your same amount. You don't lose any dice.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's just a little bit harder. Okay.
It's a little bit harder. But you still get some basic information. You are kicked out of the network, though.
Mhm.
There's the unauthorized access detected, and then you're booted out of the system, but not before you're able to get just a whole grunch of info downloaded to your AI.
I pull my head out of the pool and kind of go over the information as I'm heading back to the keep.
Absolutely. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before the end of the day?
Nope.
All right. Cue that classic JRPG in music. Do 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 do. It's a new morning. Marcus has no fair gold. Regina gets her cheat tokens back. Everyone's kind of at 0. And once awake, Regina will, get her gear back on, head out to the terrace, slap her hands together, and do that whole, ooh boy, here we go. Spend the whole day at the theme park.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty hype.
Yeah, this sounds like this could be fun.
Marcus just looks like he's in deep thought, a lot more than any of you have ever seen him.
Everybody ready for a magical time?
Marcus, what's up, man?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you when I figure it out.
You look tired.
He said
Not
he's going
tired.
through some shit, Tiffy. Just leave it.
Okay.
Well, I've got the cure for what ails you, because Marcus, I think you're gonna like this place. And she goes ahead, spends that cheat token, and she just says, "We're in Nidara." And when she does, you're in Nidara. And this image is kind of what's greeting you upon arrival. It's just straight up cyberpunk.
Word.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Ooh, this is different.
This isn't what
Well-
I pictured, but I'm into it.
Arya just kind of has that, well, that explains a lot now.
Oh. Shit.
This is so how did this happen?
I feel like I need to change.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a full-on city. There are no carriages, no green cloaks and gold circlets. It's advertisements, neon, spotlights, and the whole thing is inside of one giant, like, arcology inside of this spaceship.
Hey, Reggie,
Yeah, what's good?
is there a giant robot fighting league?
Excellent question.
Marcus just kind of points up in that general direction.
She holds up a hand like she's gonna snap a finger, and she says, "Nope, but there could be."
I need to change.
Yeah,
Well-
we should. Ooh, we should go clothes shopping for like future clothes. That'd be so cool.
Maybe
Right.
we could just will our outfits into existence like we did the first time.
Yeah, can we do that?
Can we do that?
You can, but I mean, shopping is more fun.
Shopping is more fun. Let's go shopping.
Do they
Well,
still take...
you'll have fun with that.
Yeah, but I'm in chainmail right now. I can't go to Space Dillard's and chainmail.
Yes, the fuck you can. You're a demigod. Let's go. We're going. And I link her arm, and we
It's
go.
gonna be like that time we were LARPers and we had to go out to eat at the Waffle House after game and
I had a great time.
evil douchebags in booth 3, Tippy.
What
Alright,
are they gonna say? You have to leave the Denny's parking lot? What are they gonna do? We got superpowers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can talk people into doing what I want them to do. So, if I tell somebody being in Dillard's is fine in chainmail, they're gonna believe us.
I have a spear that burns when I'm pissed, so I'm pretty sure I can tell people I can be in Dillard's and chainmail also, and it will be fine.
No, I'm
You've been so
kind of laughing at
Let's go.
Alright,
Reveal's
let's go.
comments in the chat.
Oh, I haven't even been watching the chat.
Oh shit, me neither.
I pulled it up.
Yeah, I haven't been watching the chat. I probably should be. I'm the only
No,
mod we
I-
have right now.
I mean, I pulled it up just to see what's going down.
Well, I'm glad that you're all that engrossed in the game.
I mean, we are.
Yeah, it's real
Um,
good.
I forgot other people were watching us. Like, I forgot we were live.
So, can we get a quick... Oh, go ahead. What do you think?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask for a quick fiver.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, can you still hear me? Shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Fiverr's fine with me. In fact, if you wouldn't mind, just because I'm feeling a little under the weather today, can we make it a tenner?
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. We shall reconvene 8:50ish.
Yep, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
See y'all soon.
All right, everybody, we are back with the Die and Doozles crew, and we are in the elven city of Nidara. When you guys arrive, Regina has teleported you into the city. You are on kind of like an overpass, not like in the middle of traffic, but it's like a walkway that goes over a major road. And it's just like close to the outskirts of the city, so you get a really good view. Not quite as good as the one in the picture, but enough to get the lay of the land.
Hmm.
Clothes shopping, clothes shopping, clothes shopping, clothes shopping. Yes.
Shannon gets this like Cheshire like cat grin, like it curls up her face.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. I told you guys. All right, I know a really good place where we can go. There's like a central like commerce district. We can definitely check that out.
What are
Marcus
thrift
kind of
stores
goes
in an
over
elven
the
country city like?
A lot different than your kind of normal shopping experience. Sorry, what did you say about Marcus?
he's just going to go over the map details that he acquired.
Yeah, you can see kind of like the basic city layout in like a wire format.
And I can pretty much mark out where they want to go, or
Yeah.
where Reggie was going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have that basic information. Like you can serve as kind of the GPS if you want to.
All right, everybody, follow me. I know where we're going.
What?
That was fast.
Don't worry about it. Let's just go.
He's just gonna
Okay.
lead us there with his black guy senses.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
Let's just say I'm learning a bit more about my abilities than I actually need to.
Your Fairfield AI system has never been this noisy before. It's actually a little bit overwhelming. You have access points just popping up all over the city. It's like imagine you posted some real offensive shit on Facebook, and then you just got that
no.
ding 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 as you're like constantly getting messages. You're just
The ice roll is
constantly
bad.
everything's popping up. But I mean, you can kind of like silence that stuff so that it doesn't get in your face. The AI is like intelligent enough to kind of manage that and work with you.
After going through however many hours on the internet, searching through things, finding prices for other things, selling things, buying things, all this other stuff, that noise doesn't annoy me. I just kind of mentally tell the AI to lower the volume on the dings, but still keep them active so that I can know what's nearby and how far away it is.
So this is the first time the AI has ever actually spoken to you, but it says, "Yeah, okay, I'll make it a little quieter for you."
Huh. That's weird. Thank you. As I guess that the rest of the party said, we talked to myself.
It the voice sounds, it's brassy and it's a very kind of like sweet.
I was gonna say is like if you tell me that this is GLaDOS talking to me, I'm like, nope, not today.
It's definitely not GLaDOS. I would say it's not the voice of Marcus Jr.'s mother, but it is a voice that sounds like the feeling of a mother.
Got it.
But yeah, you've never felt more like a Lego piece snapped together. This is definitely where you belong. Like your powers are probably nowhere more useful on the planet than here. But on that note, you are able to direct the party down like safe passageways and causeways until you're able to get to the market district. But on the way there, like, you see construction crews working, and it's about this time you notice, up until now, you haven't seen any fantasy races other than the monsters. It's just been humans. And aside from the elves who are walking around wearing exactly what you would expect cyberpunk elves to wear, like nice, like neo fashion, fucking like minimalist scarves and like shirtless, like, sleeves and stuff like that. You also see your first orc, and he's actually working on the construction site, and he's got like a power tool in hand, and he's kind of being like spoken down to by his elven manager. And then you notice, like, in the rest of the construction, there are other like evil fantasy races. There's like other orcs. There's some goblins, and they're all the ones working. They're not the ones giving the orders.
Man, it's like the year 3000. Can we leave racism behind back in the medieval fantasy?
Where do you think we are?
It just
Shadow,
gets
what?
rebranded.
Make mental note of this.
Shadowrun.
Out of character, good game.
Oh yeah. Actually, Nidara takes a lot of inspiration from Shadowrun. This was written into the book, but this is also an area you didn't really get to. With Shannon's game back in the day, it was very heavily homebrewed. Like, you guys kind of wanted to do your own thing. And when you're that young and you don't have that much experience DMing, when your players are constantly going off the rails, at some point you just have to say, okay, fuck it, I'm going to make this easy on myself and wing it. So, like, a lot of in stories is winged, but this is something that was actually, like, book printed. Oh, like, yeah, like an expansion?
That
Oh,
or
yeah.
like Shannon knew about it because she went to the library and like read it in the source book, but then could not rent the book or keep it for a very long time to actually like use it for play. So like this is just Shannon's vague memory of what was in that book.
Tiffany, you do notice that there is like an advertisement for like a fighting arena.
That's cool.
You can't read the language because it's definitely in that like Elven script, but like there's a huge LED billboard that just shows like two sweaty dudes murdering each other.
Is it consensual murder?
Yeah.
God.
All right, cool. That's fine.
Wait, what?
Fighting pit.
Marcus, you can make an intelligence roll to translate.
Sorry.
Google auto translate.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to find like a future sci-fi outfit that I want.
That is a negative.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Elvish. Wait, no, actually, that's 2. You're good. So a 4 and a 5. Yeah, there's
No, it's actually the three twos and a 3.
Oh, I didn't have mine all the way down. Okay, 3, 2, 2,
No, that's
3.
fine.
All right, yeah, no, that's a fail.
Yeah, it's like, well,
But
Hold
Shannon
on,
knows who those men are. Don't you, Shannon?
I know what?
You know who those men are. You know where they're fighting.
I
They
mean,
fight for Vincent.
sorry, you're crackling on my end.
Oh,
Is she crackling for anyone else or just me?
No.
Hold on, let me just. It's my little earbuds. Sometimes I have to rotate them, like in the plug. All right, start the whole statement over. I apologize.
Shannon recognizes who the men in the billboard are.
Okay, who are they?
They fight for Vincent.
I'm like, Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Guys, we have to
What?
go to this fight.
What
Why?
is it?
It's dope. It's just dope. We should go.
I'm gonna need more explanation than that, Shannon.
Are we going before or after we've shopped for clothes?
Remember how when we played before, you guys fought well, you fought you fought a couple like smaller bosses. You guys never made it all the way to the top, but remember you fought Permafrost and you know
Yeah.
You
these
mean those 2 mid bosses?
these are those guys.
Oh.
The-
What?
Really?
Well, these aren't those guys, but they're in league.
Oh.
He's definitely not The Rock.
Is that the dude John Cena?
No, he isn't.
No, that looks like motherfucking John Cena. Hold on.
Shannon
on.
just has like that face, like her eyes are drifting farther apart.
You know what? This kind of explains a little bit more about you right now.
No, it doesn't explain the damnedest thing. No, it's
Oh,
No,
God.
no, it actually does because I kind of remember.
he's not The Rock. It's not The Rock. You can't.
No.
Is it
This
because
makes
he's
sense.
black? You can't
No.
just go around saying he's The
No.
Rock because he's
Oh,
black.
this is what we're doing
Marcus.
now.
It's not that. It's not that. It makes sense because I remember at one point in time, someone made mention of a big wrestling event near you, and you got excited.
I did not get excited.
Bullshit.
I hate wrestling.
Bullshit.
So,
I had to sit for every ounce of fucking wrestling bullshit. In my house growing up, my dad and my brother were fucking obsessed, okay? I hate wrestling. Wrestling has been forced down my fucking throat since the day I was born.
And look what it influenced.
So, you've gotten like a couple looks from people walking by. A rather effete-looking male elf kind of passes by, and he's just like, "Oh no!"
The
Just
fuck
looking at
y'all
your
looking at.
looking at your outfits. These elves are definitely like, as you kind of look at the architecture around you, you know there's kind of like a weird French vibe. It's like cyber rococo.
That's dope shit.
I love it.
There are some advertisements for like big fucking like baroque nightgowns and shit. Like,
Oh,
You're-
this is me.
you're in the right place.
Yes.
You know what? This explains a
This
lot more
is-
also.
All right, look, let's get to Space Dillards. Let's get changed. Let's go to this event. I just want to see it for myself, okay? I need to know. I need to know.
Coming from Miss, I don't like wrestling.
I
All
don't
right,
like
let's go.
wrestling. I just want to know if I made these people up, okay?
Let's go.
It's relevant to my narcissism. Therefore, we must do it.
So you're able to quickly find your way to the garment area, and it's a little bit of a different experience than maybe you were expecting. They don't actually sell pre-made clothes. What they do is they measure you. You strip naked. You go into essentially like a full body like 3D printer, and the clothes are just like made on you to ensure like a perfect fit.
Oh, this is so cool.
That part is handled by AI, so you don't have to worry about people gawking at your jiggly bits. But the gentleman at the door is a squat, pudgy gnome who welcomes you. Welcome to
Oh, this is gonna be so cool.
Well,
Is this
y'all
your
get
first time
changed.
shopping with us today?
Uh-huh.
Very well. Please follow me to the measuring room.
Alright, I follow.
So he's wearing like a measuring tape like around his neck, but it seems like it's more of a statement accessory because he's not actually the one who measures you. There is a gaunt-looking orcish woman who makes her way over to you, and she starts like measuring, shoulders to the hip, waist, stuff like that. And once she has your measurements put in and creating like a profile for all of you, she asks you about like your preferences, like what kind of feelings you want to evoke with your outfit.
Oh, okay. So it's like subjective clothes buying.
So the machine that she's working on, the terminal, it's going to auto generate a bunch of different outfits for you, and you can go in and tweak them however you like. Like if you want silk instead of nylon in some part, or if you want this to be more breathable, you can go for flowy sleeves, however you want to do. But it's going to give you like styles that it'll think you like as a base starting point.
Okay.
Hype.
They seem to be a little uncomfortable around Regina.
What the? I kind of lean in. I'm like, did you do something? Why are they looking at you like that?
I'm sure they're just not used to being around people of our power level.
They're looking at you.
That or you've been here for a while and they already know you're a psychopath.
I'm not a psychopath, okay? Like there was a little bit of a scuffle when I first showed up, but that was cleared up diplomatically.
Reggie.
So I don't like own it. Like I'm definitely like I haven't like upset their entire government, right? Like I came to an understanding with
Oh,
some
not
of
the
their higher level
whole
officials.
government, just a little bit of.
I have installed myself here as kind of like a top advisor kind of deal. Like they definitely listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm powerful,
Mhm.
so I can help
Oh
them.
my god. You're in the mob.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh.
I didn't think of it that way. That makes it sound way cooler.
Yikes.
I think it just speaks to us, like as players, that line has been spoken in 2 campaigns.
It's true.
To be fair, though, when I first got here, I was under the impression everybody here was an NPC, and now I don't think like that. So,
All right, so I'm not an asshole for threatening to burn down a town under the same assumption.
no, I mean, like it's a game. We all were introduced to this as a game. Oh, I have to see this picture. Oh, yeah.
You have to put it on the screen.
I can actually, yeah. Let me download that.
Marcus, the Marcus meter of bullshit.
All right, that's saved as hellnah.jpg.
Corey just posted this picture, like, this is Marcus's face. I like that we meme ourselves, like, live.
It's true. Someone got to. There's enough meme lords in this chat to be able to do it.
We got bees?
Yo.
Hey, Bang. It'd be like that sometimes. It took me a while on Twitch to like keep watching it, especially when I got sucked into like a game.
So yeah, there's the Marcus Jr. face. The suspicion game is strong.
That's
I don't like wrestling. Mm-hmm.
His suspicion game is what got us out of Stephen King land.
it's true.
Yes.
I
Kenny guessed who we were talking about from like across the room. He's like, "Oh, Marcus's." So that's just Marcus's face for the duration of this encounter.
No, just when bullshit happens.
this is fucking
Just gonna
bullshit.
give you that look. It's like, mm-hmm.
I mean, in a lot of instances, he has been right to be suspicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at least for right now, there's no imminent threat. You're able to shop as you like and pick out whatever kind of outfit you want, and it's a pretty nice, relaxing experience.
I'm pretty sure Marcus's current look is fitting for this area. I don't think it really needs to change.
Yeah, you blend right in.
I feel like Shannon and Tiffy go from 1 to fully on their bullshit in like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, blend in's not the right word. There are street samurai.
Nice.
You look like a very expensive mercenary, like somebody that like a major corporation would hire as a one-man team and wouldn't blow any money on anybody else because you're enough. Because you have like that badass energy sword. That shit's expensive. Like that's ancient tech that's not reproducible yet. So that's usually an heirloom weapon.
What?
Oh, very cool.
Dope.
That is
There's actually a picture of it in the Facebook group.
Oh boy, I like pictures.
I like
So-
pictures too, so I'm looking for one.
I spent like basically the entirety of since we've been back from break trying to find something that I liked. So I found kind of like a combination with some tweaking. So it's like a sci-fi thing, but also like a high fashion thing, kind of like put together. And instead of like the lines of gold being lines of gold, it's like neon. And then her hair and her like skins are still glowing and stuff from her original thing.
Nice.
This is Shannon. Like, minus the weapons, because we're not, like... Well, maybe not minus the weapons.
Nice.
That
Ooh.
is pretty damn cool.
I like it.
I dig it.
That's a very sleek look. Yeah, you
Man,
kind
now y'all
of do
making me
just
want
look
to change
like
my look. Shit.
yeah. This is like version 2.0 for everybody.
Oh boy, give me a moment. So we'll continue on. Marcus just be like, all right, everybody, y'all go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Char still has a spear, though. It just turns into a more techy-looking spear.
All right, so do you guys want to see the penthouse?
Yes, absolutely.
We can put all our new stuff there, old stuff, whatever, and then head out once we know what we want to do. And yeah, she hails a flying cab because, of course, it flies. And you are escorted to a landing pad that enters into this fine abode.
Dope.
It's very futuristic, appropriately like illuminated yet gloomy, with some like cool geometric shapes and little bit of Asian flair.
Illuminated yet gloomy. Wow.
Being Mistress Cinder comes with some benefits.
Oh god, can we talk about the name?
I mean, it's not my fault you guys didn't think of cool names for your characters.
I think it's cool.
I'm still cool with calling you Caveat based on, you know, the situation at hand.
Sure. But now that we've taken a load off, well, what do y'all want to do?
Well, Shannon wanted to go to that fight thing.
Yeah,
That's
I really
cool.
want to go to the fight.
Okay, we can go to the fight, and then do you guys want to like keep like eating and sleeping, or do you want to
Yes.
just? Okay.
Eating is
really
awesome.
care.
Look how much new food there is. It's so much better than my juice cleanse.
I
Oh
will
my
say.
god, literally everything is better than your juice cleanse.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Elven cuisine's pretty fancy. Takes some getting used to.
Oh, sushi's so good.
Yeah. I haven't quite figured out how they pull that off because the city's landlocked.
I mean, they probably just import it. When I used to work at the pet store, they would just get the fish in the mail.
What?
Yeah, that's how that. How did you think the pet store got the fish?
I guess I never thought about it. I thought there was like a truck with tanks. and-
No, you can't move tanks. That's a disaster waiting to happen. No, they just put them in a box.
So there's just like fish in plastic baggies?
Yeah, it's all like padded and heated and stuff.
A projector flickers to life, and there's just like a picture of a fish being inserted into an envelope, and then like a laugh track.
That was funny.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's no like TV here, but they have this weird like it's entertainment that kind of generates based on what you're talking about.
Like, just in general? Is it in this particular room? Do you have to? Can it hear you if you whisper?
Yeah, no, it's kind of pervasive. I think it's like a ship AI or something.
That seems intrusive on one's privacy. Did they have that here?
Weird Al? No, I don't think so.
Oh, that could actually be really funny.
It's just a foot, like cartoon boot, just stomping on a critter because it doesn't know what a weasel is.
Oh. I see. It's still pretty funny. I kind of just want to say things and see what. That's a really cool picture, Rainy.
Oh, I haven't seen. Oh, goddamn! Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of how Regina's entry into the city started, but with more fire.
Oh.
I mean, are you asking that in character or? Let's steer towards more productive.
I might be judging just a little bit.
I think we should head out to the show.
Yeah, let's do that. Man, this like tech armor is really, really light. I can like move my shoulders and like do stretches. Can't do that in plate.
Regina does like one of those like struts and then turns and looks over the shoulder at the end. Like
Ooh.
everybody in Cyberpunk world has a fantastic ass.
10.
In Stories, brought to you by Pixar.
It's true.
The wagon.
All right, there we go. So yeah, another like for Uber is called. There's just like a terminal on the launch pad. You just press a button, and someone shows up. And one of the things that strikes you as interesting about these like air cars is just how stable it feels. Like it's not. You don't really feel all that scared. It doesn't even really feel like you're moving. If you didn't have windows, you wouldn't really think that you were going anywhere. Whatever tech they have here is really advanced.
Magic tech.
When you're on your way to the arena, you can actually see the rift gate.
Is it like big? Is it on top of like a roof or something?
It's very large, and it's at the top of like some rocky stairs. So like there's a big like lead up to it, kind of like the dark portal from World of Warcraft,
Oh yeah.
but round. And there's 5 different like shit. What were those things called on the Stargate where it would like lock them in? There's like
Oh, yeah,
5 of those. Yeah, that. One of them is lit up red. The other are dark. No, it's cold. It's the Fargate. It's trademark averse, so we don't get sued. And yes, oh my god,
Yeah, that
Jokes?
didn't land.
jokes don't land with you guys. All right,
I mean, you're better than you used to be.
thanks.
But I mean, we're in like Cyberpunk 2000, whatever. Who's gonna sue you for a show that doesn't exist here?
I mean, nobody. That's the joke. All right, never mind.
Jeez, Tiffy.
But you see Marcus in his new outfit when you're landing. He's already at the arena. Or is
The
he?
actual, yes, he's actually there. The picture for his new look is actually in the chat.
Oh, you did pick up a new look.
You should put all of our new looks up there.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, word? I'll
I
show
don't
up.
know how to combine mine. If I could, I would.
We can try to find something like similar. That's one picture. I saw.
Yeah, I was trying. I was having a hard time. I really do like that like high fashion one. Basically like that, but like with neon and armor.
Give me a minute. I'm good at picture foo.
I believe in you. I was originally trying to find like a neon suit, like a suit that like glowed neon that like had armor on it, but was also kind of like, you know, that futuristic type, but I was having a hard time.
At
So I was
first,
like, oh, that's really cool.
I thought you were gonna pick Project Leona for yours.
Oh, that would have been a great idea. Wait, she's a project skin? Oh wait, yeah, she does. I didn't think about it. I was looking at like Neon Striker Vi, and I was like that, but like armor. I forgot Project Leona was a thing. Let me see what that looks like real fast.
I mean, that was another.
I'm sending a picture, Bree. This doesn't have to be it. Just like tell me what you think of it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to see what Project Leona looks like.
I think I can actually find it.
Here. I've got a picture of it, but she's like in an action position.
Let me see if I can actually find it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. She has no pants on.
Yeah, she do. Oh, she got like tights on.
She got tights. That's not pants. She got like Sonya ass from fucking the fighting game. I can't
Whatever.
remember.
In the future, we don't have to wear pants in the future.
That's true.
We worked hard to get to that point.
I like the coat. The coat is very cool.
Actually, this is actually a good one. I'm actually going to send that to you, Bree.
Okay. I do like the coat. Coat's dope.
It's not action posy, but there it is.
That is really cool.
This isn't what you described at all, but I want to show it to you anyway because I think it's cool.
I like looking at cool stuff. Oh, it's dope.
Nice.
Yes, those are my favorite.
I'll wait until Bree picks a picture to put one up.
We'll go with fucking. We'll go with that high fashion dress, but like instead of gold, it's neon,
Okay. I will post that.
and it's got like armor on the shoulders and shit. Cause it's whatever. It's sci-fi. You don't actually need to have armor to have armor.
Sure.
It'd be like that.
All right.
It's awkward when my mic cuts out because there's like a moment of like awkward silence where I'm talking and no one's responding.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But yeah, from left to right, that is Heather, Marcus, Shannon, Tiffany, and on the bottom, Regina. That's everybody's 2.0 look for the cyberpunk city that they're in.
Yeah.
You have now all arrived at the arena, and it looks a lot like the arena from Monday Night Rehabilitation in Idiocracy.
Oh no. Complete with the guitar solo band.
There is fortunately no dildozer.
Thank God.
But yeah, it's a very large arena with like concrete walls. It actually looks kind of out of place compared to the rest of the architecture. It looks like this was built like within the last 100 years by people who don't know how the buildings in the city were made. But other than that, it's a normal arena. And as you filter in, people start to take notice because
we're hot.
Oh no.
Oh no. We shall wait.
Man, this place looks really familiar. Where have I seen this before?
It's nagging at me too.
American Gladiators.
I mean, kinda, but like, no. Oh, that's a pretty good one. That's fair.
I think my my USB that this was plugged into is going bad,
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my god,
so I just
Yeah.
switched slots.
fair enough.
cool.
can't.
But yeah, as you guys filter into the arena, people take notice of you because you look like 1,000,000 credits.
Yeah, we're hot as fuck.
But you are escorted to a kind of like a box seated area because they recognize Regina, and you get like the best seats in the house. And before long, an announcer shows up. Thanks everybody for being there. Describes what they're about to see, and the floor actually opens up kind of in the middle, and several hazards kind of erupt from the ground, like whirling blades, flamethrowers, spike pits, stuff like that. And then you kind of get the first, like the warm-up match, and these two guys show up and it's a huge deal. There's fireworks, there's music, people are going crazy in the stands, and then they kill each other.
Huh.
So like
This is kind of better than American Gladiators. And guts.
Oh.
So it's very much like professional wrestling. There's a lot of showmanship, a lot of like, oh, is he gonna get hit with it? And then of course the guy gets out of the way, until like it starts to wind down, and like they start getting bigger hits in, like tearing chunks out of each other, and it ends with one of the guys like holding the other guy, his head up against like a gear, and it just crushes his skull, and then like he's fed into the teeth. But not long after that, he respawns in the area where he came in on the entrance, and the winner is
Fucking
announced.
do it.
Okay, The Rock's okay.
This is some fucking Tron shit.
An improvement on WWE, if I'm being really honest.
Oh,
We need some Beyblades.
It's funny you should mention that, because the next match is actually a human versus AI match. For this one, the humans have weapons, but the AI has like cold, unfeeling death machines.
Neat.
Like, have you ever seen the man hacks from Half-Life?
Oh.
Yeah, basically drones that are equipped with rotating power saws.
oof.
It's definitely a mess. Like, the arena gets soaked with blood, but everyone's kind of desensitized to the death part because they know it doesn't count. These guys are just going to get brought back at the end anyway.
Tiffy at certain gruesome parts still kind of like hides her face in like Heather's shoulder, and then like looks between her fingers and then closes them again and then looks again.
Shannon's just finger tinting.
It's like a grindhouse film.
Marcus is watching the fight, but also having his scouter look for a terminal nearby.
Rain, you're getting nothing.
Yeah, I think we might have.
I wonder if my headset actually is dying, because it's popping out like every couple of minutes now.
Ooh.
Oh,
So we'll go ahead and get to the end of this session here rather quickly.
okay.
But as the last evening's match comes up, Vincent Master comes out, and he looks a lot like Vince McMahon, kind of, salt and pepper hair, very formal business attire. And he has this sleazy speech about, how he wants to give up-and-comers a shot. And he says that the favorite face of the current arc is going to get a chance at the heavyweight championship, and he's going to go up against the champion.
Marcus is giving Shannon that look.
Oh, it's Vincent Mayhem, not Vincent Master. So the face is he's a very handsome half elf. He kind of comes out, and it's clear he's the crowd favorite. They love him. But then you see what he's up against, and it's an actual fucking ogre. It's like 2 men tall. It's just meat and anger, and it's pretty clear this is a one-sided match. And he's like, Vincent has set up so that the face is just going to get pounded into paste. And like there's this kind of tension in the air from the crowd because like they're about to see this guy die real bad.
Oh,
Holy shit. It's Vincent Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, this is my fault.
guy. You made Vince McMahon the BBG of your campaign.
I was an angry child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I can't fault you. The man is actually evil.
Yeah, I picked that up as well. Yeah, so the Tournament of Eternal Strife, basically just all my misdirected rage at WWE because my brother wouldn't change the channel.
And Marcus is making that face even harder, directing it directly at Shannon.
What? Okay, we all have, childhood villains.
I
Mine
don't create
happened
mine in a
to
fantasy
be on
universe.
TV. I was an intellectual child. I was forced to watch this bullshit day in and day out. I hated it. Every fucking dinner conversation was wrestling drama, so it might have bled into the campaign a little.
This is more than a little.
Yeah. And you asked me about being in a therapist's office.
I was 14 when I did this.
Mm-hmm.
So the match is it begins, and like the face is a little overwhelmed because he wasn't expecting this much opposition stacked up against him. And while the match is ongoing, and while he's trying to dodge these large lumbering attacks, Vincent Mayhem is like taunting him like over the microphone, and he's like, "I want you to remember this moment the next time you try to make a fool out of Vince Mayhem." And then you just hear some other voice. It's disconnected from what's happening in the arena. And it just says, "I don't give a good goddamn what your name is." So out of the champion's corner,
God.
you see a very large Goliath. He's literally like his body is cut out of stone, and when he shows up, the champion kind of backs off, and it looks like the ogre is actually in league with this guy. And he takes the microphone and he just lays into Vincent Mayhem. He's like, "I'm gonna turn this tournament of champions into the honorable tournament that it always should have been, and not just another vanity project." So it's about that time that things turn a little bit more serious, because the respawning field turns off.
Y'all don't know where Char got it, but she has a popcorn and she's throwing it into the crowd like, yes! Fuck yes!
Really, bitch? You ain't into this shit? For real?
She can count all of the Four Horsemen's wins and losses.
Did we lose Rainy?
We
I
might
think
have.
we did.
So the match is diverted. There are several people in the crowd who scatter because the ogre has started throwing like death machines up into the crowd at Vincent. And actually, a couple people do get caught under it, and they just get like turned into ant-based.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, this is heating up.
Oh yeah, let's go see this fight, she said. It'll
They
be
don't give
fun,
a
she
shit.
said.
They don't give a shit about these people.
Oh
No
no!
shit.
You know who does though? Me.
Give me your
I'm
chair.
gonna call in a favor.
Cliffy, give me
No.
your chair.
No!
What do you mean? It's in the ground.
Your
I
blackness
get
level ain't high enough to throw a chair.
Shannon turns around and can I roll to just like wrench the chair up from its attachment points?
Yes,
Look, hey,
Roll me
hey,
strength.
Hey, Shannon.
with
you do not-
advantage.
You do not acquire your black card for that. You can't do it.
Oh, I'm fully on my bullshit right now. You said with advantage?
With advantage.
What does that mean for this game? I
You
apologize.
add an additional die.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that makes
what's your emotional level at right now?
I mean, I'm still annoyed. Or does the effect from I thought the effect from Regina was still kind of in effect. Like,
Oh no, that was just for that night.
oh, okay. Shannon's conflicted. Like, there's still like this burning self-loathing in her, but like she's starting to get hype at the same time, and it's kind of becoming an endless feedback loop of complicated, misdirected anger.
That's perfect.
So here's my roll.
That's yeah. That chair never stood a chance.
Okay, so Shannon just rips the chair out of the concrete and yeets it.
So you yeet it through like a plate glass, like because you're in a box, right? Like
Yeah.
at a baseball game. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you fucking yeet that chair through the glass. Who did you throw it at, or did you just throw a chair to throw a chair?
That.
Yeah. All right. It's not a party until somebody throws a chair.
And then she slow turns and looks at the party and whispers, "I forgot about the glass."
Oh my god! Char! There are people down there!
One of the interesting things you noticed is while people did move out of the way, they're not leaving. Like they're not fleeing in a panic. Yeah, what's up? Do you want me to spoil the surprise? There's a recomposition that they use. It's not exactly the same as like a respawn, but it's unless you're completely vaporized, they'll still bring you back. It's just for drama. This is like the equivalent of a hardcore match.
So
I mean, we could give him a fucking Gundam if we wanted to. I could summon a Tarask into this arena.
how about we don't?
No, don't do anything. Let them fight.
This isn't fucking Godzilla.
Would it be cooler if it was?
So Vincent
I mean, a little
summons some
bit.
of his goons out, and it's kind of like an NWO sort of deal.
Oh dear sweet God.
You've got your Triple H stand-in, your Shawn Michaels stand-in.
It's the big slow. Oh
No,
no,
y'all
I'm
don't
pretty sure.
understand. I gave Rainey write-ups.
Kurt Mangle.
I gave Rainey write-ups on all of these stand-ins and what their stupid medieval fantasy names were.
Oh.
Wait.
And I'm pretty sure Rainey's never gonna ask me to write bosses or mid-bosses again. Like, this was a terrible mistake on everyone's part. I should not have had creative license over this.
Oh, I'm out of water. Sad.
But yeah, the ogre gets collectively taken down by Vincent's goons, and then another crowd favorite shows up. He's by the name of Monolith. He kind of
It's Monolith.
Do I even want to know who Monolith is supposed to be? Swear to God,
So,
if it's
like-
Hulk Hogan, I will fucking slap you.
No, he's the Rock because he's the monolith.
Why did I put two and two together?
Can we post my write-ups in
Nope.
the sidebar?
Nope.
Funny. That's funny.
Okay.
I can
Hey.
find them since Brainy's busy.
So like Space Hulk Hogan lives in a constant state of existential crisis because there's no America in Enstoris.
Space Hulk Hogan.
If he's not a real American, what is he? Just real? I am a real. What am I? He just knows that he's gonna fight for your right.
Oh my god.
To do what? He doesn't know, but he is.
He's like those gray dudes from Futurama.
But yeah,
They're
it's
they're
the
scary.
entertainment proceeds exactly as you expect it would. I'm sure all of you at some point has encountered wrestling.
I love wrestling. It's actually really fun. With no audience, it's sort of like modern day Shakespeare. Especially when they start talking to an audience that's not there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually had to do that once when I was training to be a pro wrestler. I had to cut a promo just like for a camera. It was weird.
That sounds weird.
I think that's what they had to do.
Because you're getting angry and yelling at like a cell phone.
Yep.
What you think? I'm stupid? I threw it on the ground.
Oh my
All right. Onward to this whatever the hell's going on now.
Yeah, the
the
janitorial staff
monolith.
scoops up like the dead civilians. It just feeds them into the like recomposition machine, and yeah, they get brought back.
This is like the time we
Like,
watched
still cheering?
Terrifier, Heather.
It's cool though, because like they knew the risks and they got like free tickets out of it, and it's like high fives, sweet.
It's to sit in like the danger zone.
Yeah,
You got free tickets because you went through the wood chipper.
exactly. That's exactly what it is. And that's exactly how they treat it. Mortality is basically a joke in Nidara, which sucks for everyone who's not an elf, because the elves
Oh.
live to be 1,000 or more years. Everyone else kind of just has a normal life cycle.
Oh.
That's also one of the reasons technology has advanced so quickly, and how the elves have firmly seated themselves in power, because they know how all this shit works. It's a bunch of really fancy Elon Musks.
Alrighty then. Well, I've seen enough.
All right, so y'all leave the arena, Or-
Marcus does. Nah, if it's just like any other wrestling event, I know how this is going to play out.
Oh no,
So-
the match is over. Like it all wrapped up. Like people are filing out and stuff now.
Well,
Of course, it ended with Vincent like running away. Because he's never died, and he's not going to let them start today.
Shannon's like, guys, what if we killed Vincent Mayhem?
Can we do that?
That was like our original goal. Well, it was y'all's original goal. My dream. I dreamed it for you.
Well, that was a, fantasy setting, and this is not that.
So,
If he's like anything like the real Vince McMahon, he's a total douche and he deserves it.
yeah, exactly. Come on, for funsies, let's kill Vince McMahon.
It's like just one time. Let's go to the time machine. Let's kill Hitler.
You know what? You guys have fun with that. I have more important things I have to do.
What are you doing? What's more important than having
You
fun
have
right
to do
now?
work.
What? What? Don't worry about it. I'll tell you when I figure more things out.
I don't like that answer.
Yeah, me neither. That's kind of lame.
Have you all made a decision yet?
We all gotta click our ruby slippers together here, man. You can't be holding out information on us.
And when I find out more information, I will tell you exactly what I found out.
Is that
And
code
then-
for I've seen some shit, but I don't know what it was?
It kind of sounds like it.
You know what? Yeah, let's go with that answer. And until I find out more about what the fuck I done seen, y'all go ahead, have fun in the dark with Reggie and whatever the hell's going down. And we lost Reggie.
Oh no, she gone.
Ready now. All right, so let's just pump our brakes here for a little bit.
We can just big bicker for like no reason. We're great at that. It's true.
I mean, it's kind of what we do anyway.
Oh, I accidentally clicked on an ad. Go away. That's gonna be in my Facebook now. God damn it! What ad was that?
Okay.
Ah, shit. It's time to pad.
Look. Yep.
It's
Look.
you.
Let's just say I'm slowly figuring things out. How about that?
Things like about the world, about like,
Everything. Right now, this whole place is fucking. I don't like it, and there's more I need to find out.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
all right, I guess.
And I'm not saying at all that you can't do that or that we can't help you with it, because we'll definitely help you with it.
Honestly,
We're all in this
I need
together.
you all to just do me a solid.
Okay, I think I'm back.
You're back.
I'm just saying that even with helping you figure out the secrets of the universe, I don't think there's a reason we can't take a side trip and
I'm
kill
pretty
Vince
sure I
McMahon.
can't find out the secrets of the universe, but I'm trying to figure out the secrets of what the hell's going on here, because there's still fucky shit going on here, and I need to figure this out.
Hey,
So-
those fucking coins give you powers, right?
I haven't been searching for them, and I really don't want to, because that's a whole other little quest I don't want to deal with at this point in time.
Well,
I feel the itch. It's not good.
I think you should, because if you know, murder and regeneration machines run on anything, I'm willing to bet it's fucky coins.
I'm pretty sure it's not mine.
Hmm?
Yeah, it kind of seems like a special deal.
What, like Reggie's coins?
Yeah, kind of like it's just for him.
Holy shit, Reggie! Is Vincent Mayhem like you?
Oh, I don't know. That's not exactly what I meant.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. Oh my god.
Reggie just said she could summon a Tarrasque here if she wanted to. Wonder if Vince McMahon could summon a Tarrasque.
Well, I mean,
Wherever he
probably
wants.
not, because Reggie's like the DM or whatever, and Vince McMahon's just the BBG. It's just
Yeah.
a big bad NPC.
I can safely tell you I'm the only one with reality bending like Scarlet Witch powers.
Okay, dope.
All right.
So let's do it.
That would
Y'all
be.
go have fun with that. I'm gonna go figure some shit out.
All right. Are y'all in?
What question.
Oh.
So is Vince Mayhem like the like ruler of like the city, or is he just an entertainment guy?
Hmm. It's a little bit more complicated than that.
I had written him to be kind of like a pan-dimensional being.
Oh, I hope he's not that.
He's like the tournament of eternal strife is like it spans worlds. You know,
Like-
that's how I wrote it.
Like
So
Wait.
Mortal Kombat.
Wait, hold on. I'm just now understanding this. Did you seriously come up with this whole thing after that one episode of Dexter's Lab with
Yeah, with
Macho
the
Man
monkey.
Randy Savage with the fucking monkey and come up with this whole goddamn deal for the whole thing?
It's
What
for
the
all the
Is that the
Quatloos.
whole situation was?
what the fuck is Dexter's Lab?
Oh my
I can't
god!
believe I actually know what you're talking about, Marcus. Yeah, it was for like getting your planet not blown up and Quatloos, which I assume are some kind of intergalactic currency.
What? What is this?
It's a cartoon.
Okay, well, I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons growing up because we could only watch wrestling growing up.
It
And I
had
have
Macho
feelings
Man fucking Randy Savage in it. He's a goddamn legend.
I know who Macho Man Randy Savage is. Like,
No shit.
He also had domestic violence issues against him.
yeah, I unfortunately know that also. Look, just,
All right,
I don't-
before this gets any worse, I'm out.
all right, peace.
Oh, okay. Ring us up on the old sci-fi cell phone or something. If
We
you
don't
need us.
have those. I will.
Can we get some? Cause like, look at where we are. They don't have cell
Look.
phones.
I've
Look,
got
look,
one.
I will find you,
I'm sure he
and
can
believe me, I can find you fast.
I feel
They
like
call them data pads.
Yeah, let's just get those or something.
He
I got
has
one.
powers. I believe him. He could just find us, or he could just like follow the trail of destruction.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first night I was here, one of the first things I did was look up what their porn was.
Oh my god! And
Of
what
course
was
you
it?
did.
They've had a lot of time to think about this.
Oh,
Anything
Well-
like worth mentioning?
I mean, yeah, it's basically dominated by like hyper niche markets. People like develop weird taboos here.
I feel like their latex game is really strong.
I mean, that's basically daywear.
Yeah. So there's not really porn of it anymore. Then
I feel like there's got to be somewhere.
we've like ascended.
Like that Futurama episode. Now I can watch ultra porn.
I'm just gonna blank that from my memory, and y'all have fun with all that.
But you're supposed to be gone already.
There's gonna be a lot of references in this town.
I'm tired of your shit right now.
I mean, it's fair.
I'm out. I'm out.
All right.
That Marcus he finally leaves after shaking his head.
So Regina actually pulls out her data pad. She's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and while we're figuring out what to do next, she like does that kind of like texting thing where she uses both of her thumbs. And there is a loud metallic like vibration in the air. And outside of the building, the green light on the rift gate glows to life.
What's that?
And do I see this from wherever I am?
Yes. Yeah, that's... No, I'm just setting up the ley lines. I'm just getting it working for us.
Wait. We talked about this. If you move those, catastrophic things happen to bad, like, regular people.
Well, nobody lives in that place. Like, you saw it. It was barren.
I mean, things live there, though.
All right. You know what, Tiffy? You're right. I'm going to meet you halfway on this. But she snaps her fingers and spends another coin. That's 2 for today. And she says, area defined by jungle biome, seismic activity equals false. And then, like, boom, it's set in.
What does that do?
It means it's gonna hold the continent together. It's not gonna break apart without the ley line. So I, fixed it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know shit about computer coding, so sure, yeah.
I told you guys, there's nothing to worry about. I can fix everything. All you have to focus on is having a good time. I'm the DM. It's my job to make the rules work.
Okay. She's like kind of trying to roll with it.
Yeah. So, what do you think we should do next?
Kill Vince McMahon.
Yeah, okay. Let's fucking get on it then.
I mean, is he gonna come back?
That's up to you guys.
Oh, I didn't know if he was like hooked up to those like whatevers from today or something.
We killed those too.
What? Oh, you mean like dead?
Yeah, I mean, like, remember the end of Fight Club?
No, I wasn't allowed to watch it. It was too violent.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch that.
What?
I forgot
movie.
about it.
Okay, well, we'll just skip that reference then. You guys are okay with some demolition, right? Like the unlicensed kind?
Oh yeah.
Dope.
Collateral damage?
Eh.
I mean, has anyone seen the Final Fantasy remake yet?
Look, we'll just line up the regenerators on the sidewalk.
That how it
And,
works?
well, ask the DM. Spitballing here.
Marcus is just going to find himself a terminal and do everything in his power to get as much information. Just his usual routine, and keep tabs on on these 4.
You know what we could do instead of killing one douchebag? We could end the institution of slavery that's clearly happening in this city.
It
And
seems
use our powers for good.
Is it slavery if they're brainwashed? Like, half of those people
Yes.
the wood chippers.
It's still slavery if you don't know. But I think they know.
I feel like you're onto something, but it's inconvenient to me personally, so I'm just gonna overlook it.
Oh, like that's new.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm just laughing because Haley is trying to be an angry character, but she's laughing.
It's just such an asshole thing to say that, like, you yourself are like a god. Jesus fuck. Like, it came out, but I broke character as soon as
So Marcus Jr. is trying to find out information. What in particular are you looking for?
The gate.
Yeah, so that ley line is definitely connected to the gate now.
Not good. And I can tell that as before, it's just going straight into the gate, not into the land itself.
Correct.
Can I find the point where it would have gone to the land?
Yes, you absolutely can. You can access that via a maintenance tunnel.
Find the nearest maintenance tunnel.
Yeah, you get in there. It's a lot like, Deus Ex. You kind of like pull off a vent cover, crouch, and get in there, and it's just like it's person sized, and it's strangely clean. Like instead of like a bunch of rat droppings and like
Instead of it being
cobwebs.
like a sewer, it's like actually maintained.
Yes.
All
You
right,
imagine
this is
that
weirder than I need it to be.
there's probably some automated stuff going on in here.
Just gonna keep looking until I find what I need to find.
It takes you about 10 minutes to get to the chamber where a large like piece of machinery. It's like a big circle, kind of like an ossuary, like those like rotating circles inside of circles that they used for like astrology.
Mm-hmm.
Just, did you ever see Event Horizon?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot like that, except is several thick power cables, about as like thick as a car, hooked up to a podium where this thing is like floating above it, and in the center there's a ball of like just writhing white plasma.
Marius thinks to himself, if Heather was here, she'd start screaming about tech heresy and omnicide and all this other random bullshit. So he's gonna jack into the terminal.
All right, you access the convergence engine matrix, and it's pretty clear that this machine is designed to pull in ley lines like a vacuum cleaner, and that energy goes straight into the mechanism in the middle, which science magic uses it to power the rift gate.
Can I access how long this mechanism and this gate has been active?
It's only been activated pretty much since you guys have joined this world. So, like, when Regina showed up, she started turning it on.
I'm gonna start looking through systems.
All right, make
like
me
figuring.
an intelligence check.
Okay.
All right,
3
nice.
specifics.
All right, so you're able to crack your way through the firewall and get access to more sensitive information. On top of that, you're also able to pull down a feed of in like bulletins from the most recent like news broadcasts. And going back through a couple days, you can actually see where there's video footage of Regina establishing control.
Making copies of those and saving those to my scouter system.
That's successful.
I'm gonna keep diving deeper, finding more information about possibly how to stop this, how to revert the energy and put it back into the land.
That part's a lot harder than turning it on.
Figured.
Because of the massive amount of energy being stored in the rift gate, just like unplugging it and turning it off would probably obliterate a good 40% of the planet's mass. So the energy has to be, theoretically, because this has never been tried before, the energy has to be diffused and diverted away from it's like itself. So it has to be separated, so that like the ley lines are no longer in contact with each other, kind of like how you don't want to touch like the metal if the black and red cables are in a car battery. That would be bad. So it has to be diverted away from each other, and then each ley line has to be essentially manually put back which they don't currently have the technology for. The best they can do is kind of slap it onto the ground and hope it grows into a direction that's not going to cause it to explode. Turning this machine on was definitely not something that most people in the city wanted to see happen.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and kind of access my scouter and kind of give myself a direction towards the rest of the group.
Definitely. You're able to pick up on their location. As for the rest of the group, you all seem to be gearing up to kind of move the reconstitutors outside so that you can go after Vincent Mayhem. But we'll go ahead and leave it there for tonight so that we don't run too long. But next session, who knows what's going to happen?
Oh boy.
Round 2, fight.
I'm still way into it.
Bye.
See ya.